Hey everyone, on today's podcast of Buds Mafia, we break down the chaos of round one. We're kind of the midway point of round one of the playoffs. Ottawa is eliminated. We talk about the future of the Senators and Brady Tkachuk. I talk about all the series in the East, why the East is crazy, why the West is not as crazy, but definitely intriguing. McDavid might be eliminated in the first round, which I think I had Edmonton in 4. Well, that's not going to happen. But we talk about the playoffs, talk about the free agents of Toronto. When Jackson does a big breakdown of the Bills draft picks and any shockers and surprises of the draft. Talk about the Fitzpatrick's winning the Zurich Classic, and we do our draft for the Cadillac Championship, and of course end with our betting segments. Please go comment, like, subscribe, support the boys, support the program. Let's get into episode 66.
Tavares coming out, sends it in a goal. They score! They score! Holy mackerel, they score! Morgan Riley! Mo Riley! The Leafs have won it! They're going to the second round! Gonna run for it, he got it! And there he goes! Inside the 10, the 5! Oh, the play of the year in the NFL!
Welcome back, everyone, to episode 66 of the Buds Mafia podcast. Nice little Monday morning here. Jackson's battling through the elements, but we're going through it. Great time in playoff hockey. We kind of just, right before recording, we talked about all my predictions could be wrong, but we'll get into that. One series is done. Some other series are looking to be done, but yeah, today's going to be a massive just playoff hockey, kind of the midway through the first round, and then a little bit of draft talk. But Jackson, how was your weekend? I know you're not feeling the greatest right now, but you're up and at 'em. Nice little Monday morning. Getting home at 4:30 the night before.
You know what? It's not bad. In my mind, I'm thinking about it that like working this much over these last 2 weeks is going to be worth it because I get married in 2 weeks and then
You're
I'm
gonna be in
in
Mexico
Cancun.
soon. Oh, Cancun say, oh yeah. There you go.
Yeah, so you know what? You got to give a little to get a little, and that week in Mexico is going to be good. And I'd rather be sick right now. And dude, I'm on fucking every vitamin that you could ever have. I'm ripping Gatorade just to get my electrolytes up.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm battling for sure. The sleep is going to be tough this week. It was tough last week, but we'll get through it. Oh man, it'll be all right.
Yeah. I'm happy we booked that golf for the Friday before the wedding. I knew a lot of guys could, especially Nick. It's hard to get Nick off of work, but with my schedule, I can easily just get that day off. And I'm working that weekend prior anyway, so I don't really care to take that Friday off. But I knew some guys it would be hard for to get the Friday off.
I texted my brother and I was like, dude, you might want to give some details. It's like he just said golf is booked for
golf,
the 8th.
Friday.
I was like, man, you might want to fucking people have like jobs.
They have jobs.
I got ripped from Taylor and Gwen on Friday because I didn't like text anyone about the rehearsal. So that's why I sent that long ass message yesterday morning.
Yeah, you should never text everyone because I've always just asked you about the rehearsal. I guess I knew the time. I knew going to your parents afterwards, but I guess you never really texted that in the chat. But I knew what was going on.
I knew
Nick.
I knew James wasn't going to be able to make it, but
I got to text Nick about getting there and everything. But yeah, well, I'm sure he'll just leave from work. Is he going? I'm sure he is. I know you said people. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So let's get into it. I mean, you right before you said you have a draft and 2 dumps. I'll let you kind of take the lead here because I haven't really thought about it from this weekend. So I'll let you get into it.
Yeah, I'm drafting Ullmark.
Oh yeah, shout out.
Dumping the Sens offense. Just zip. Dude, Tkachuk looks like he didn't know what to do with the puck on a goddamn stick for the entire series. No. I said Canes in 6, and I don't even think I should be right. Like, Ullmark, this guy played out of his mind. Out of his mind.
Yeah.
And like, I think there's a bunch of stats from the games that was like, this is the first time a goalie has had this save percentage, and they have not won.
Yeah, never had a lead the whole series.
They were talking about it, and they were like, if you looked at what Ullmark's save percentage was, and you looked at how and you didn't know what the series was, you'd be like, oh, the Sens are up like maybe 2-1 in the series. They're not down 3. Their offense was horrible. Stutzla was flying around, but like the rest of them, it just was god awful. And horrible. I think they got way too into it after the final game. Like, they were just trying to be ruthless and hurt people.
We'll get into that. That game, there's a lot of shit on both sides. It kind of all stemmed from the Hall hit on Sanderson. Mm-hmm. That's kind of where it led. We'll get into all that. But yeah, I mean, Ottawa fans aren't happy. I'm going to talk about Ridley Gregg, that fucking rat. I mean, what he did last series too. But yeah, shout out to Ullmark. He's had a tough season, but I literally said if Ullmark can have a 900 save percentage, they win, and he had a 930 and they lost. So what's wrong?
And then I'm in between dumping Diego Pavia or the media surrounding Sean McVay. But like Diego Pavia, I think I saw this morning was at a club and like had fuck Indiana signs up. And like this guy
cannot say that his own way. It's crazy.
I feel like it's the same thing every year with like a high-end quarterback who you think should go in the draft or who is like overvalues themselves. And like there's definitely a bit to like having confidence and arrogance. You definitely see that. But like even with Shedeur Sanders last year, you saw him fall. You've seen these people fall year over year over year. And I never thought he was going to get picked up. Do I think some of these quarterbacks that went in the draft are maybe better than him? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like especially in the later rounds. But I don't see him coming in. I think he's been invited to Ravens.
Yeah, Ravens mini camp. Yeah, he was.
But like I just don't see him. I don't see him transferring his skills over to the NFL super well with the way that he has the arrogance. He needs a coach to kind of tell him to like, you can't have that arrogance. Like you're playing in a grown-ups league now. You know what I mean? Like it's the same thing that like coaches told me when I went from high school to university. You go from being a big fish, a little pond, to now you're just a little fish in a big pond. And it's the same thing for these like 5-star players who are stars on their teams in college. And then you go to NFL and it's very rare, like in the 1% where you immediately become a star like that. It becomes increasingly hard. Like look at Sam Darnold, drafted in 2018. Jets were shit. He bounced around from team to team, finally gets a chance in Minnesota, proves himself, goes to Seattle, wins the Super Bowl. Like you have to have a lot of adversity and be able to persevere. And I hate to say it, I think the world and the way in which we've gone, there's not a lot of people who got that perseverance mentality, and it's become a lot of people like to talk about things. A lot of people don't like to, actually do things. Shut up or nut up and shut up. You know what I mean? Like it just is. I didn't like that. And the Sean McVay thing real quick. I think the media is just so dumb for overhyping the fact that taking Ty Simpson at 13 to me seems crazy. It seems crazy only because I feel like you could have got him later. And if you didn't get him later, there's still other quarterbacks in the draft. Plus, you still have Stetson Bennett, who like hasn't gotten playing time, but still, you have Jimmy G as your backup. And it's clear that Matthew Stafford is still that guy, considering the years he's had with LA. He's won a Super Bowl there. I get you're trying to prepare yourself for like the future, and the clips that got shown, like Ty Simpson saying to McVay, let's go make history. In the moment, that kid is getting drafted. That's his big dream. So like that is what you would think a kid like that would say. And Sean McVay, who has been in the NFL for a long time, it's like, yeah, no. And I don't think he really meant it that way. I think it was just caught him off guard. Yeah. So anyway, fuck the media, fuck Diego Pavia, go fucking Ullmark, and fuck the Sens offense.
That was our longest draft or dub segment ever. Mine's quick. Drafted my beautiful mother. She had her 60th birthday over the weekend. So happy birthday. That's it. Had family over on Saturday. It was her birthday last Thursday. But yeah, happy birthday. Yours was the better one. Quick. I completely forgot.
No, not at all.
Yeah. All right, let's get into it. Let's start. Let's start with just because we were let's get in Carolina, Ottawa, the one series that's done. Obviously, game two. Game two was just a wild ending. It was the offside, and then the goal disallowed because of the offside. But because of that, he got a penalty shot. Which the whole possession rule, I just don't get it. I feel if the puck is in front of you, you clearly have intentions to have the puck. No one's around you. That should include possession, but I guess not. So that's why I was offside. And then again, the Ottawa fans and Ottawa players after the series, they keep saying, the score doesn't dictate kind of the series. Like the series doesn't dictate kind of because every game they were in it. I think every game they lost by one, right? It's just they were looking so frustrated. There's a clip of Stützle on the bench with Travis Green saying there's no room. I don't know what you fucking want me to do. And dude, probably the 3 worst 5-on-3s I've ever seen.
Horrible.
Like, hey, I'm not a power play coach, but like 5-on-3, the defenders aren't that aggressive. A lot of times breaking out, you can go to the blue line and just stop. Like the guys aren't going to pressure you that much. It shouldn't be that hard to enter a zone. They pass it out of the zone like 3 times. No Sanderson for game 4, which is tough, but definitely a questionable hit from Hall. So that was a huge loss. Their defense was already banged up. Shabbat was an animal. I love Shabbat. He's an animal. He's playing through something. He was getting, because Carolina
murdered.
And Carolina definitely knew that he was battling something, and they were going at him in game 4. Because then they called up Yakimchuk, their top pick. Bench was playing a lot. Clevin, they didn't have a lot. 6-on-5, and especially in game 3, terrible. I know 6-on-5, I know you have one extra guy, but still, there's not a lot of space out there, but still horrible. And then game 4, one of the craziest fucking games I've ever seen. Absolutely kills Nikishin. Absolutely killed. Clean hit, head down, chin down. You got to be able to look up, and he just got killed. Hopefully he's okay. He looked completely out of it after. And Andrei Svechnikov, who's probably the most underrated, dirty player in the league, he punched Clevin in the back of the head, like on the ground, like 5 times. And then I despise Ridley Gregg for what he did to obviously Stolarz last year. And then, like, again, there's a 5-on-5 situation. You pick up a guy, you can fight, you can just tussle, whatever. Walker, I think it was Walker and Fogle were just headlocking each other. Fogle then had Walker in a headlock. Greg walks up like the rat he is and just uppercuts him right in the face, nose bleeding. And then I think I was like a few plays later, absolutely wrecks Greg from behind. And I don't know if you saw the broadcast with Kelly Rudley. He said, very honestly, with Ron McLean, he's like, that was so dirty by Ridley Gregg, and people are going to not like this. He said, I'm glad it happened to Greg getting hit from behind. He said, you cannot do that to someone and expect not to get your, like, basically get your lick back. Like, you're going to get, and it was a penalty.
That's the thing.
That's the thing.
So. I couldn't, like, it's the same thing with saying, like, and this is shitty to bring up, but, like, when Canada lost to the U.S., it's like, you tell me who the better team was. And I'm not saying Ottawa was a better team. The games were close.
Yeah.
But, like, a close game doesn't, like, close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, bud. You win the game or you don't. You know what I mean? And they did not play well offensively. You had chances and you couldn't capitalize. And, like, Ullmark can only stop so many fucking pucks, man. And, like, I just think the positions they put themselves in, especially in that game in game 4, like, with the penalties, like, they were not helping themselves. It was a chippy game, and you knew you were going to get a chippy game because of the Taylor Hall hit. So, like, it just, like, man, if you go back to game 1 when Brady Tkachuk fucking fought before the game even started, and Brady Tkachuk fought, in that moment, I was like, nah, I feel like the series is over. They were more in it for, like, yes, obviously they wanted to win. I'm not saying they didn't want it to win. Yeah. But, like, they thought they could take the game to them. But Carolina's just too fucking fast. Like, it's the same thing you see every year. Like, this is why I could not go against Carolina. It's just, this Sens team is good, yes, but they're young. Chuck clearly was not, like, his full self.
He was terrible. I'll say it. He was terrible. He was awful.
You need your captain to be better.
Yeah, like, he was terrible. I think he's gone. And David Pagnotta said he'd be surprised if he wasn't gone. I think he's gone. I think it's both sides. I think Ottawa can get a haul for him. I think he's very overrated. I think he's a great player, like 30-goal power forward, very good, but he's kind of treated like this fucking superstar in the league, which he's not. Great player. Again, he was great in Toronto, the Toronto series last year. Like, he had 7 points, 6 games, scored in big games, scored big games in the 4 Nations, played great in the Olympics. Like, right now, his value is so high, and I honestly think Ottawa and himself can benefit from a move. He has 2 years left at like $8 million, so great contract. I can honestly see a team like Carolina trading for him. I know that sounds crazy. A lot less media. They need kind of a power forward, speedy guy down the wing. He doesn't have to be the guy. He's a great player, but he cannot be your number 2, number 3 offensive guy. No. You can shit on Stützle as well for, I think, combined they had 1 point and Stützle had 1 assist. But to me, Stützle looked good though. He was flying. He was skating around. He had some breakaways that he couldn't capitalize on.
I'm sorry, I don't know what the fuck that
No, you're good. You're good.
It's so loud.
To me, Stützle looked so much better. I know he had 1 point, but Tkachuk never looked good. And again, he cannot be your second offensive guy. I mean, he's point a game this year. He's had multiple, I think he's like 3 or 4 30-goal seasons. I think a move, and like, you're looking at what maybe Nyes' trade package could look like 2 firsts and a high-end prospect. I think most people, I mean, not me, but I think most people would say Brady has more trade value, and Carolina has a lot of assets they could trade.
See, I think for a team that's on the brink of potentially getting, like, for a Carolina or a team that's on the brink of potentially finally breaking through to the Stanley Cup, like, that makes a lot of sense. And, like, I think you're not going to give up a lot, but you have enough guys that it's not going to hurt to give away
No.
one or two,
Yeah.
not core guys, but kind of edge players who are still really good, who are going to bump a team like Ottawa up.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. Like, I think Tkachuk is done. And for as much as like the Sens fans, Ottawa, the Senators, like, they're kind of like, they sent that one fan who fucking did the songs and stuff to
I'm
a
still
different
skeptical
country.
about that. That background didn't look legit. I'm still skeptical about that.
Like, it's just like, I don't know. It's so corny, and it felt like Tkachuk said, "Oh, this is heartbreaking." And it's like, man, you're down 3-0. Like, I get it. It's heartbreaking, and like you want to get to the Stanley Cup every year, and blah 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 blah. You're not beating a Tampa. You're not beating a Montreal. Fuck, I don't even think they beat Philadelphia if Philadelphia gets through.
Yeah.
Like, the team, Mark, could only do so much.
Yeah.
And when you cannot produce any offense, like, it's wild. I think I texted you. Like, when we're talking about the Edmonton series, it's like you have to have a good goalie to win in the playoffs, but it's like you also have to fucking be able to put the puck in the goddamn net.
Yeah,
so, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, Ottawa's done. I think we can see some major turnover. You know, I've heard Brady to Chicago for a while. If I'm him, I would hate that. I mean, like, Chicago's on the rise, but I don't think they're going to do some damage anytime soon. Carolina makes a lot of sense. Carolina, I mean, hey, we always, I mean, I picked Ottawa because I was thinking that Carolina's just first, second round, I don't say luck, but first or second round dominance could end soon. But they're just so experienced. You could tell, like, in those gritty moments, those tough moments, they've been there so many fucking times in this Rod Brindamore era that they just knew what to do. That their depth is fucking insane. And I mean, I love what Philly's doing. I think Pittsburgh and Philly are great teams. I think Carolina can go 8-0 starting this playoffs. Like, really. And then they play a battered, like absolutely battered, you know, Tampa or Montreal or Buffalo team, because Boston's physical. Tampa, Montreal are trying to kill each other every fucking game. And then we'll see about the West. But yeah, and then quickly before we move on to Pittsburgh, Philly, or another series is that might be one of the best win-win-win trades I've ever seen, when it went Rantanen for Necas and then Rantanen to Carolina for Stankoven and 2 firsts. Like, look at Necas, 100-point getter, can play at the same pace as McKinnon. Again, 100 points, 8 more years of $11 million. Fantastic. Rantanen, Dallas, he's had health issues this year, but he is a gamer. You know, he's one of the best players in the league. He's showing up every playoffs. Superstar. And then Carolina, Stankoven, who I think they signed for like $6 million for like 7 more years. They got him, who I think has almost scored he scored in every single game in the series.
It was gross.
And they got 2 first rounders for it. Like him and Blake, and I think it's him, Blake, and Taylor Hall's that one line. They've been insane, and that's just more depth to that team. So yeah, that's the biggest win-win trade for all 3 teams I've ever seen. Maybe never happen again. Let's get to the Buffalo Boston, just because last night was a Tampa Montreal breaker for Montreal. Yeah, I mean, Boston game 2, got one back. I think, at least in that game, I think Buffalo, going into it, I think Buffalo can play physical, but Boston's more known for their physicality. I think Buffalo played into that a little bit more. You never want to play into when a team's physical, going into the series, like, Boston's the more physical team. I feel like the other team hears that too much, and they're like, hey, we got to master physicality. It's like, no, play your game. Yes, playoff hockey is already going to be physical, but you don't need to change what you're doing already. Buffalo's already pretty physical. So I think they stooped down to that level too much, and then Boston kind of got away with it.
If you look at their blue line, man, it's like you don't even have to do anything. Just skate into a guy and you'll be fine.
Yeah. And that goal from Geeky to Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen was a tough one. Center ice, really just bad. That was a fucking Toskala goal back in 07 for the Leafs. But Swayman, great game. But then game 3, Alex Lyon, who might be the biggest psychopath on the planet. I don't know if you've seen clips of this guy.
Dude, that was so funny.
He's a psycho.
So funny. He points to the crowd. It's like, me?
I love it. You want your goalie. I think you either want your goalie to be a psychopath or just not say a single word.
Just an absolute silent assassin.
Yeah. But Swayman was great in grade 2, but grade 3 win. Aram has been phenomenal on the blue line. He has been so good. Dude, I didn't realize. So Ryan McLeod, I mean, he's one of the best PKers in the league. He had almost 60 points this year. He's been unbelievable. I didn't realize. Shorthanded, they have so many. I think it's 54. Shorthanded, Buffalo's been a problem. As McLeod and Tuck, they've been awesome together on that penalty kill, where Boston's power play has struggled. And I think it's mainly because of their penalty kill is so good.
Dude, I feel like fucking the post-it for this fucking playoffs, just shitty power plays.
And Colorado finally scored in game 4, and then they win. So it's like, dude, that's why Florida's power play last season, like, they scored almost every power play against Toronto. Like, they had to. Like, that's just good teams score in the power play in the playoffs.
Just doesn't, it makes no. The announcer said yesterday it was fucking like 6 thing and it was 5-on-3 for a little bit at the end of the Buffalo game. He goes, now I know they probably don't need to get another one here, but considering the power play drought they're having, it would be nice to tuck one and then Buffalo score.
I'm trying to see. Boston has a 15% on the power play this year or this postseason. Anaheim has a 50% power play rate. Montreal 26. Buffalo still yet to score on the power play, which is crazy because they've won 6-1. So it's like if they can get that going, maybe if they win this series, get to Tampa, Montreal, then that could be a huge force for them. Then game 4, I didn't watch it, but I saw the highlights, and it was just that was a 6-1 game where I don't blame Swayman at all. The giveaways and the fucking just defense was just absolutely brutal. And then, yeah, you put in the McAvoy quote. What was it again? You said before we recorded.
McAvoy, he's like, if we're not fucking embarrassed about what just happened, I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
And I don't know if you see Swayman when he got pulled too.
Yeah, he didn't look.
He yelled at the bench.
Yeah, he didn't look too impressed. Well, Buffalo, I feel like we've said it all year. They're pretty gross offensively, especially when you give them time in the offensive zone. Like if you give them time to set stuff up, it becomes a problem, especially with the amount of players who can put the puck away. But if you're able to swarm them a little bit and not allow entry, and I think that's what you saw in game 2, like they weren't getting clean entries into the offensive zone. They weren't getting up the ice, and it was becoming a problem to the point where Boston was just able to kind of suffocate them. But then yesterday, if you just give the puck away at the fucking blue line and you have 3 guys there, they're going to score goals. It's just how it's going to fucking happen. Swayman can only do so goddamn much. Swayman played unbelievable in game 2, and I think he, even throughout the series, he's played pretty well. But you want your goalie to be able to come up with those big stops, but when you've got fucking high percentage scoring chances, fucking 90% of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
There's only so much you can ask one man to do, man.
I think Buffalo gets it done tomorrow in game 5. We're filming this on a Monday, so we'll see. Buffalo's going to be fucking exploding. The Blade Gang is going to be skating around the whole rink pregame, getting ready for that one. The fact that Buffalo can take both games on the road here, that is unbelievable. The leads look good. I don't think he's looking over. I think Byron's been one of their better defenders, which is scary for other teams because if Dahlin can get going, I mean, he's one of the best players in the league.
Dahlin's doing enough.
For sure. I think he has been very good, but we're talking about a superstar. I don't think he's really broken through with a big goal or anything like that, and I think we're due to see that soon. Yeah. I think he'll really break out.
I think they really needed Thompson to be what he was in game 1 and get confident, especially for your first series in a long time and this team kind of finding their identity through the playoffs. Because that's the thing. They had their identity in the regular season and no one thought what was going to happen happened. Then you get to the playoffs. It's like, hey, well, what team are you going to be? Are you going to fold? Yeah. Are you going to, you know what I mean? And I think having your offensive guys come through is good. And then in the back end, and when you get into a second round series, or even when you get into these elimination games like tonight, you got to make sure that fucking defense shows up in big ways.
100%. Let's get to Tampa, Montreal now. I will say,
these
so again,
hate each other.
Oh my God, they hate each other. Before we get into that, we're definitely, at least for me personally, obviously we're cheering for Canadian teams. Definitely Edmonton at the top of the list, especially for McDavid. Obviously cheering for Buffalo. We love the city of Buffalo. And I'm again, Canada's had a tough year. So obviously I'm cheering for, I was cheering for Montreal. I'm cheering for Ottawa. I've found it a lot easier to cheer for Montreal than it is Ottawa. Ottawa, when they were losing, I was like, I didn't care that much. I don't like Ottawa whatsoever. Probably a big fact because of Brady. Montreal, I was actually cheering pretty heavily for Montreal these last few games. When Hudson scored in overtime, I was cheering for them. And Ottawa, I just didn't care. I don't like Brady. I don't like their team. Montreal actually likes Suzuki. I like Lane Hudson. I like Coffey. I like Safka. I like these guys. I like Martin St. Louis, the coach. I just find it hard to cheer for Ottawa. Back in the finals in 2021 when Tampa played Montreal, it was hard for me to cheer for Montreal because I think that they beat Toronto in that 3-1 comeback. That was the bubble year.
That was the year that Corey Perry absolutely destroyed John Tavares.
Yeah, John Tavares almost died and lost his neck. And that was hard for me to cheer for Montreal. But now I'm actually cheering for Montreal. I know it's weird coming from a Leafs fan, but I could not really see myself cheering for Ottawa. And
it's kind of hard for me. I don't know. There's part of me game 2. I don't know, when the Sabourin hit to me.
What the fuck was that?
I can't stand Anderson. I can't stand Anderson. And the
Burlington
Sabourin
boy.
hit. I know.
My brother played with his brother growing up.
All right.
Family ties.
Fine.
I know Anderson personally.
He's right
here.
He's on the podcast. But the Sabourin hit.
That guy's a fucking
for
goon.
real started crying laughing because I was like, you could tell he made his mind up about halfway through the skate.
Yeah.
He was like 10 feet away and he made his mind up and you can see his eyes. You're like, oh God. It's just leveled up.
Yeah,
but then it looked like Anderson was gonna get up, and then he like rolled over, and he was like, I can make this worse."
I'm surprised it was only a 2. Like that was pretty. Like didn't have the puck at all, and that's complete from behind. But they killed it off, and then overtime. And poor Kirby Dach. We talk about Kirby Dach. He ices the puck, and then he loses his man on Moser. Moser's, I don't know if like JJ Moser is one of their best defensemen right now in Tampa. He's like awesome.
Dude,
his pass to Gensel yesterday was sick.
He's played unreal. I think
he's
they were talking about it.
40. He's a plus 40 this season. Like he's so good.
Insane.
Yeah, no, he's just a stabilizer and he can skate well. A good overtime win in Game 3. That was just a Montreal. I think we talked about it like a few pods ago. We talked about like the Mecca, like Toronto, Montreal. Dude, the streets of Montreal. There's no blue in sight in that arena. It is a sea of red. Yeah, the intro with the fire, with like the Habs legend. I don't know who it was this time around, but it was so good. And it was sick to see Kirby Dach score after those losers. Some fake, also I call them fake fans because the fans in the arena aren't the ones who are fucking DMing Kirby Dach and his wife. Like that's disgusting. Did you not hear about that?
No.
Because he iced the puck in Game 2. Some fans were like threatening him and his wife after he like iced the puck and lost the game in Game 2. But he scored in Game 3. Then Lane Hudson. That angle of Lane Hudson, I don't know how the fuck that went in. There was all the guys on the ice were right in front of him. I don't know how it went top left. It went far side.
I will say about Hudson's played unreal.
Yeah.
Slavkovsky's played unreal. Caulfield needs to play a bit better. Suzuki's doing what he needs to do.
He's so smooth. He's good defensively. He gets his point. He hasn't scored yet, but he looks good.
Demidov looks a little lost sometimes in these games.
Yeah, he has. And I think he
that's
had a
just
breakaway the other day. Yeah.
I think that's just the youngness in him. I'm glad that he's getting minutes, but he looks lost sometimes where he's like yesterday, I think I was watching the game. He took the puck down into the corner, skated back up through the center, and then back over, and then immediately lost the puck. I think he just looks a little bit lost. And I think, I mean, we talked about this last week or the week before the playoffs. Like, I think Tampa kind of took the style of what Florida did, considering how Florida has been over the last few years. Kind of just bully you and try to bully you. Kind of been hard for them to bully Montreal.
They've answered the
really
bell.
do hate each other. But like Hagel's been unbelievable. Kucherov's been unbelievable. I think this is going to be a series of who's going to play the hero.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be like a Game 7 overtime. That's what it's shaping up to look like, unless one of these teams just finally, like, it clicks all together. Like, these next 2 games in Tampa are going to be huge.
And like,
they're not the next 2 games in Tampa. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And like, we're going to talk about this with the Minnesota-Dallas series. Like, I don't care how late Dallas is up 2-1, chance to go 3-1 in the series late in the game. I don't like it. With those 2 juggernauts of a team similar to this series, it's going 7. I knew Minnesota was going to tie that game, just like I knew Tampa was going to tie that game. Those are not series that end up being a 3-1 series lead. That's guaranteed 2-2 series lead. That's when Foligno ties it and they win. Like those series when they're 2 juggernauts going at it, they'll end up being 3-1. Those are 2-2 new series, best of 3. That's how it always has been. Montreal had it. Giving up that late goal in the second's a killer because then Tampa gives so much momentum going into the third period.
I thought and then Montreal was a lot.
Yeah, and then because of that building, but then Tampa's just so experienced. Hagel, we talk about Hagel, 6 fucking goals in 4 games.
He's playing unreal.
I made a best contracts video last week. It's my best video. It's almost gotten 600 views. Dude, he makes 6.5 for 6 more years after this one.
That's ridiculous.
And he's a gamer. His fight with Slavkovsky. Oh, wait, we didn't talk about there was a fight Game 1 or 2. I can't remember what it was.
The fight with Slavkovsky, I think, was game.
I think it was Game 2.
I think it was Game 2.
Actually, was it Game 1 because it was Gordie Howe? But whatever. It was. No, sorry. I think it was Game. I think we talked about it last podcast. Yeah, I mean, he did sleep him, but I think it was kind of an awkward punch because I think Slavkovsky did get up right away. When Hagel did the too small, it was kind of funny. But he is a menace. I loved him on Team Canada. I don't know if you have anything else before we get to the last Eastern Conference series, which not much to say about Pittsburgh, Philly, to be honest.
Other than just Philly's been fucking dog walking.
I mean, you knew like Pittsburgh wasn't going to get swept. Crosby doesn't get swept. That's just kind of the thing, right? Like that just wasn't going to happen. Pittsburgh, Philly. Game 2, Dar was awesome. Didn't really give Pittsburgh anything. Martone has just been an absolute menace the entire series.
Yeah,
Game 3, Philadelphia, I thought was going to explode. I said it's a sweep, but then I kind of contradicted myself because vets don't get swept like Crosby and them. Yeah. Crosby definitely is battling something. He doesn't have the pep in his step. I thought that Sealer cross-checked was a terrible call.
Yeah, was pretty bad.
It was a cross-check.
But also, the penalties in this fucking Game 3 were horrible. Like, for the first one with the Crosby dive, that's how every single fucking guy reacts to getting a high stick in the face. And like
he sold it a little bit though. I'll say
he sold it a little bit, but it, like just because the play wasn't like if it wasn't dead stop right before the puck drop, everyone would not think of that as anything. But because puck drop, there was nothing else going on the ice, and that happened, you get an embellishment call, which like whatever, he did sell it a bit. Yeah. But then like, dude, the Rust and Konechny thing right at the fucking net. So Konechny fucking elbows Rust in the face as Rust is like kind of pushing him away. Yeah. Elbows Rust in the face. Rust obviously gets angry. And then if you watch the end of it, Konechny's on the ground and he's trying to kick Rust's fucking legs out from underneath him. And then they both get the same penalties. Like, I get it. They both were like instigating, like it wasn't great. But this guy elbowed him in the face and then on the ground, he's like fucking trying to kick him to get him on as the refs are pulling each other. Like, I don't know. This is what I said the last time too. It's just funny. Like, I get playoffs are crazy and like a lot more fighting and it gets way more intense. This seems fucking, maybe I'm just watching it more. This seems fucking nuts.
And like, and I was on the side of Konechny for like right at the bat. I'm like, dude, why is Russ losing his mind? And by the way, Russ is a dirty rat too. Do you see him pulling Martone's hair last? Like that was greasy too. But yeah, like the elbow on Konechny or by Konechny, and then at the end of it, Konechny got kicked his legs out. But yeah, I mean, I still think that one's done. I think Crosby and the veterans kind of gave it all they had. They went to Sealaws. They pulled Skinner. Even though I don't think Skinner's played bad, I don't think he played great.
I don't think he played horrible.
No, I did. Maybe just a change in net, and Sealaws did play really good in Game 4.
I'll tell you right now, he's played better than fucking Connor Ingram.
And I guess, and Jari led 4, but we'll get to that. But end of the East, I think whoever wins Pittsburgh, Philly is going to get dog walked by Carolina. And buddy, dude, give me Buffalo, Montreal right now. Like that series will be absolutely insane. Buffalo have to do something for those home games in terms of attendance to make sure there's not as red as there was in that midseason game this year. But I mean, top 5 and top 7 in offense this year. Teams that play fairly similar, I would say. I want that energy right now of Buffalo, Montreal. That would be fucking insane. All right, let's get over the West. Not as interesting as the East. The East has been a fucking gong show.
No,
maybe it's because we can watch the games better with being on the East Coast here, but Colorado, LA, not much to say. Always going to be a sweep, even though LA was in it for a lot of the games besides Game 4.
How about Nick Waugh, brother? This guy
good for him.
Straight from Toronto. He's playing unbelievable.
Hey, we got a first.
He's playing unreal.
He's played awesome. Yeah, Game 2, Colorado found a way. Wall OT winner. And dude, Scott Wedgwood. Holy fuck. He hasn't let in more than 2 goals in a game.
This guy's playing unreal.
And then, Game 3, Colorado's too good. Again, these aren't blowout scores, but they just look like they're dominating the whole game.
He's going to find a way.
LA will get a power play, maybe get a power play goal, but then after that, like, it's shut down. Like, it's Colorado play below the dots, and they just end the game. And Game 4, and like I said, good teams score on the power play. They haven't scored on the power play. They finally do. I think it was Kadri's cross seam to McKinnon, 1T, bingo. And then it was like that Makar snipe was disgusting.
Makar snipe was gross.
He's so good. And then it was over. And shout out to Anze Kopitar. I mean, hell of a career. 2 Stanley Cups. I don't know how many Selkies he won. Almost 1,500 games, 1,300 points. LA legend. LA's going to have a new era. But yeah, Colorado moving on. And now they're going to have a long-ass break. They're going to have a long-ass break between Dallas and Minnesota, which we'll talk about now. Like we just said, very similar to Tampa, Montreal, not in terms of physicality, but in terms of like, this series is always going 7. It will go 7. I said Dallas in 7. Personally, I would like Minnesota to win. I think that'll just be such a sick storyline. Minnesota, they finally go all in. It'd be cool to see that state of hockey do well.
It'd be really interesting to see
you knew Dallas was going to win Game 2. Like, you knew a big bounce back. Heiskanen, I always forget how good he is because he's on the West Coast. He is so nasty. Wyatt Johnson, incredible. Faber has been unbelievable. He's a fucking horse.
Faber's playing unreal.
Game 3, Minnesota's too many penalties. Kind of choked it away after kind of crawling back, taking that lead at home. Robertson's been awesome. Then Wyatt Johnson takes that silencer. And overtime, then Game 4 on Saturday. Huge win for Minnesota to get back in the series. Matt Boley is a fucking machine. Minnesota needs Zuccarello back, and Dallas needs Rupe Hintz back. They're kind of playing injuries, but Minnesota needs Zuccarello, who's a calming presence on the power play. Minnesota has a really good power play, but they've kind of struggled in this series. Also, dude, that Michael McCarron on Minnesota is nasty. Like, he's like 6'7". He's a monster, but he's so good in the penalty kill. And that lineup, him and Marcus Foligno, watch your head. Holy shit. But yeah, I don't know if you have much on this series. I'm excited for it to keep going. I think Game 5's tomorrow. It's Vegas, Utah, and Pittsburgh, Philly tonight. So kind of a slower night in terms of the series. I like when not many games are at 7 because I like to watch all of them. So we can actually watch all the games. In Vegas, Utah, I said playoff Marner's back. Dude, doing what he does
is confusing.
And fucking
Cooley's
Nick
playing
Dowd
gross.
Nick Dowd after Game 2 is like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, Logan Cooley. Game 2 does fuck all. Like, people were mad about that threat. Playoff hockey, there's energy. You better fucking back it up, though. And he did fucking nothing, and then Cooley scores the game winner. So, and suck on that. Carter Hart was playing well, and then Game 3 laid a fucking egg. Utah was incredible in Game 3. Did you see that jersey thing pre-game, what they did?
No.
Ryan Smith, who's been one of the best marketers for his team this whole season, he says you can trade in a Vegas jersey for a free Utah jersey, and like 1,000 fans did it. So there's a lot, like there was like 0 Vegas jerseys in the crowd. So that was awesome.
Jesus Christ.
And dude, Dylan Gunther's last 2 goals have been absolute rockets. That's sniping Game 2 and then Game 3. I still think, I mean, Game 4 tonight, I do think Vegas ties it up. Like, besides playoff Marner, they do have other performers that can score in the playoffs, like Eichel and Stone and other guys, Barbashev. But yeah, I haven't paid too much attention to this series. But I'm excited for Game 4 tonight in Utah. Then last series, Edmonton, Anaheim.
Oh, God. Poor Edmonton.
This is sad. I mean, Game 1, so we didn't actually we didn't talk about the whole series here because this series started a little bit late. Classic Edmonton playoff game. Big lead. Thought they're going to dominate. Give up the lead. They're up 2-0. Then, middle of the second, losing 3-2, and they come back, score late in the third, and win. No McDavid points. Leon looked phenomenal after coming back from injury. Game 2, McDavid got hurt, came back. Horrible giveaway on the power play, the shorthanded goal. Lacombe has been one of the best players this whole series. He's been phenomenal in Anaheim. Game 3, bad defense, can't get a save. McDavid got his first point, still not his best. Then Game 4, like it's just to last night. I mean, I don't know if you saw the whole details with the last OT goal. It is all over social media right now. And had it, chokes it away. Oh, so you didn't see what happened in overtime?
No, not at all.
Oh, it was overtime. I'm tied with 4 minutes left, of course. Thought it was going to be tied going back to Edmonton. Time they throw it on net. If I think it was Paling, throw it on net. Behind Jari, the puck's underneath his skate, but you can see like it's very clearly crossed the line, but it's super close. But half a second it's there. Then I think it's Connor Murphy pulls it back in, right? And there's no ref behind the goal line. He goes behind the net. He never really saw it, but then he calls it a goal. So now it's called a goal, but now they have to had decisive evidence that it was no goal, right? So then they review it. Again, you don't see any white, but because Jari skates there. But it's one of those things like when a glove saves past the net, you know it's in the net. But the fact that it was originally called a goal when there was no official or linesman there is because now it's like they have to find a way to overturn it. Like there has to be decisive evidence. So here, I gotta send it to you because it's not good. I mean, hey, McDavid's come down from 3-0 in a finals. I know they lost, but still, like I don't know. This is probably one of their worst teams going into the playoffs that they've had. But I don't know, man. It's not good. McDavid's not his best, and I don't know.
Yeah. I'm just looking at it now.
Yeah. So like to me, it's crossed the line. To me, it's crossed the line. But again, the fact that there's no official, the official called it a goal on the ice, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, well, it is a goal. It's in.
Yeah, it's in. Edmonton fans are not happy.
No kidding. Emerson's gonna.
But yeah, He's already he texted me early this morning saying, you finally cheered for Edmonton, and now they're down 3-1, so you can never cheer for Edmonton again. I always cheer for Edmonton. I always cheered for Edmonton. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
No, it's your fault.
When have I never not wanted Edmonton to win?
Fuck. You know what?
Clown
the Seahawks won.
Yeah,
you got enough this year.
Grow up. But yeah, I don't know if you have anything else on the playoffs. I'm excited. Next
I've never
podcast.
Watched hockey.
Yeah. Quickly, a little bit of Leafs talk. I want to talk about some of these free agents the Leafs have, and maybe quick little bounce back of who we want to bring back, maybe who we want to let go, just kind of let walk. Not a ton. A lot of the big guys we do have signed for a few more years, but one RFA, T.S. Michelli, depends on the price. I wouldn't mind bringing him back. I think he did show a lot of flashes of offensive. I think a good number. RFA, which is big too. So you have his rights. I wouldn't mind bringing him back at a healthy number.
Get rid of him.
Yeah, Yarncrocs gone. I just think that's a guy easily walk away. I don't hate him, but I just think it's unnecessary. Bring back. Don't need him. Let him walk. It's an RFA. Again, I like his passion. I like his energy. He's inconsistent, but again, a decent number and actually good playing minutes. I do think he can be an effective player, but I don't want to pay him like $3 to $4 million or over that. So it depends on the number. But again, RFA, you can deal him for something. You can get something back. If not, it's a healthy number. I would like to bring him back. Dylan, for sure. I mean, RFA, I think he's been in the AHL. I think he's looked great when he's gotten called up. Bring him back. Give him a nice, healthy two-way deal, or maybe even a one-year deal, a UFA, or a one-way contract, see what he can do. We got to start bringing these young guys up from the Marlies and give him more of a shot. And then Stetcher, I think for sure. I think he kind of slowed off near the second half of the season, but the whole team did. So, but I think when he came in, he brought the team some energy, some life. Don't think he'll cost a lot. He's moved a lot in his career, so I think he wouldn't mind staying on a 1 or 2 year deal at a cheap number. I think he'd be a good 6th or 7th defenseman on the Leafs. But yeah, that's it for the Leafs or the hockey talk. We're also get to the draft. Jackson will take away some of the Bills draft picks. Kind of maybe shockers of the draft. We talked about Ty Simpson and Sean McVay earlier, but any other takeaways throughout the draft?
The amount of fucking trades that happened on day one was ridiculous.
Hilarious.
You know what? I hated what the Bills did. I went to bed early because I had to work in the morning.
Yeah.
I woke up to a text message from you and then a text message from my cousin saying, "What are we doing?" Crying emoji, crying emoji, crying emoji. Why? It's just a Brandon Bean thing. The amount of assets they got, we still traded some stuff away. But considering what was in this draft class, like this draft class wasn't great. I would have liked to see Jay Allen.
Yeah, me too.
But TJ Parker's good. I do like his game. I think he fits the style of defense that Jim Leonard's going to bring in. They've just moved, I think it was announced today or the other day, they moved Greg Rousseau from edge to outside linebacker. Just with the way they're going to play a 4-3 kind of scheme. So yeah, we took TJ Parker in the second round after trading down 3 times, which is crazy.
Well, hilarious. We traded down the one time. I think everyone, the whole media was saying this is likely going to happen. They gave away their second round pick with DJ Moore. They're going to trade down. I was okay. They did it again. I was like, okay. And they fucking did it again. I was like, what the fuck? I was waiting. I was watching the draft. I was like, hey, I want to watch the Bills draft pick. Then I was like, oh, so I won't even be able to see it today. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I can't even see it.
Then we get some depth at corner with Davison Igbino's son. I don't really know. I'm battling it right now. The TJ Parker one, I think I was talking to you before, was graded like an A minus. The second pick they had was graded like a C. But I think depth at corner is good. Getting young guys into this scheme early is good as well. Bolstering up what our defense is going to look like. Then we get a tackle/guard from Boston College who is really good. And considering some of the people we've lost, like Ryan Vandemark, I think getting an extra guard in there, our O-line is good. We lost our O-line coach this year. And I really like that pick. And then apparently the steal of the draft that everyone was talking about was Skylar Bell, this wide receiver from UConn. People say he's got a bit of Khalil Shakir in him. He's got a bit of deep threat ball in him. And it'll be interesting to see how it turns out. I just saw today, too, that Jermaine Burton, who was a draft pick for the Bengals but had off-the-field issues a lot, has been invited to the Bills minicamp as well. So they're trying to bolster up those outside weapons for Josh Allen. I like that. We got another linebacker from TCU. another safety. Apparently the safety's pretty good from South Carolina, and he's going to play behind CJ Gardner-Johnson and lose my mind. Anyway, he's going to play behind CJ Gardner-Johnson, someone else, because I can't remember the other. I don't know if it's Cole Bishop.
Okay, I keep going. Yeah, then Zane Durant, D tackle from Penn State.
Yeah, Zane Durant, deep tackle, Penn State. I like that pick too. I think the idea here is get depth, get young guys in, move them into the rotation when needed. The way they want to play, like Jim Leonard is like a 3-4. What he wanted is he wants a 3-4 base, like under, and focusing on like a faster, more physical. And I think the word he used was nasty, like a nasty identity. Yeah. So like adding in TJ Parker at like the outside linebacker, D tackle, like upgrading your depth all around, and then you just add versatility basically with like throwing these guys in the lineup where they fit. Like TJ Parker, I think kind of struggled a little bit with his pass rushing skills. Like I think that's maybe not his best, but like when you watch him run downhill and play the run, he can play the run, which is what you need. Like Igbino's son or whatever, we just needed extra depth at corner. Considering all the injuries that happen, you need someone you can slot in there. Even if he's a young guy, we need someone who can come in there to do well. But yeah, I really, really do like what the Bills have done, considering what this draft class kind of was. I like that we added a punter. Not that I think Wisniewski played really well last year, but you kind of need, considering the carousel we've had with kickers over the last few years, I would like something that's kind of stable.
Yeah.
And then we added another offensive guard from Texas A&M. Some other quick storylines, like Mendoza. I don't know how many quarterbacks were taken in this class, but it couldn't have been a lot. I think it was maybe like 7 or 10. So you had Mendoza, Carson Beck to the Cardinals, I did not see. No, Drew Allard to the Steelers, I did not see. Also, crazy. Did you realize that Jeremiah Love has zero touches in the NFL, and it has almost become the highest paid running back?
Incredible.
Because of where he got picked?
That's hilarious.
Guess what his contract is?
It's like $20 million. Like, I don't know. What's like $15 million?
4-year,
like,
$50 million. Fully guaranteed. His contract includes a
like 12, $13 million a year.
He's the highest paid running back in the NFL.
Holy shit. So yeah, he's making like 12, $13 million a year. Holy fuck. $50 million.
13.2.
How much is guaranteed?
50.
My God. Holy shit. That's incredible.
Yeah. I think they could have got him later, but like it's crazy to me to take him that kind of early.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Like, cause I feel like the Titans would have taken him. I know they took Tate. And you really like that move. I like that move too. I thought the Giants did phenomenal. I mean, getting Arvell Reese, who, had a chance to go number 2, and then also getting the O-lineman, I think, from Miami. Getting a O-lineman to protect Jackson Dart and getting one of the top defenders in the NFL draft. I think that was great for them. Dallas getting Caleb Downs at 11. I know safeties don't have a lot of positional value, but if you talk about what like a Derwin James or Kyle Hamilton do for their team and what this guy's projected to do, like, this guy could be a fucking machine for Dallas.
The Chiefs trading up to fucking get Mansour Delane.
Who they probably didn't have to do that originally.
They traded up from 9 to 7. Like,
the Saints were going to draft him.
The Saints were always going to take a wide receiver. They took Tyson.
Commanders are always going to get probably like Sonny Styles or another on the line. They weren't going to get
like they're
corner.
Going defense. And the Browns were always going O-line.
Yeah.
So it just didn't make sense to me.
Yeah. It didn't make any sense.
I liked Ruben Bain. Little Arms went to the Bucks. See, like I liked what these teams did here. So you got Miami who takes Arvell Reese New York who takes Arvell Reese at 5, and then they take Francis Mogo, however you say his name, at 10.
Yeah. Monster.
Yeah, absolute unit. I like what Miami did taking Caden Proctor. He has had some problems just with his protection, but
preseason he was rated very high. Preseason he was like top 5. Yeah.
LA, I still don't understand the Ty Simpson move, but you know what? Do what you want to do.
I don't really hate it that much. I don't
hate it either.
I don't I think you're in a bad spot when you need the draft. Not if you're a first overall pick, but I feel like you're in a bad spot if you need to draft a quarterback to fill in a spot. Now, if you're Ty Simpson, he's cool to sit out for 3 years on one of the best systems in the NFL. Like if he, I'm sure he's going into the thing like, yeah, I'm going to be sitting for a few years. I'm going to be Aaron Rodgers for a while. And I think that's fine. Like, they traded for their top corner in, I'm drawing a blank here, Kansas City. What's his name? I'm drawing a fucking blank here. Whatever. One of the best corners. That's what they needed was a corner, right? They traded from Kansas City. They got him. And they didn't really have many other holes. They didn't really have any other, maybe receivers because Devontae Adams getting older. You don't know what's going on with Puka. But yeah, this team, yeah, I didn't hate that pick. Because again, pre-draft, it was weeks and weeks prior. He kept rising. He kept rising. I didn't see 13th. I saw Carolina getting another first, or Jets maybe drafting him late in the first or early second. But yeah, 13th is crazy.
Yeah. I like what the Ravens did with that offensive guard from Penn State. Dude, the Jets had a sneaky good draft class. They take.
I love the tight end. I love the tight end from Oregon.
And then they take a Mark Cooper Jr. from Indiana, who's actually really good wide receiver too. They're still going to be the Jets, though.
Yeah. Trent McDuffie. That's who it was.
That's who it is. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
The Lions, shout out Jack. They take an offensive tackle.
That was always going to be like every team said that is. It was always going to be an old lineman.
Yeah. And then it kind of just falls off a little bit. But how about Notre Dame's 2 running backs going in the first round? Jadarian Price goes to the Seahawks at 32, and Jeremiah Love goes to the Cardinals at 3.
And then this was also a very weak running back draft. I think only like 4 or 5 got drafted. So it's kind of hilarious at Notre Dame. Yeah, I don't have anything else in the draft. I also wrote down Vrabel, certified scumbag, which kind of jokes. He's in counseling, I think, right now.
Well,
the photos that kept dropping prior were just, I was like, okay, you can't really walk yourself out of that.
Well, Diana Rossini, like, it's a horrible way to end up. But, like, I don't know, for Vrabel to have to walk away on, like, the day of the draft or before the day of the draft, like, clearly something's happening, and apparently has been happening for a while.
It was like 2019 those first photos were, or something like that. It was a long time. And people bringing up their kids and everything, like, leave the kids out of it. Like, that's not fair to them. Fucking, it's the memes of like Vrabel being secretly Diana's like the dad of the kids. Like, let's leave that out of that. That's I don't think that's fair.
There's a lot of people saying though that all the AJ Brown stuff is coming straight from. Yeah. It's just not a great situation.
What a week. Let's get into the golf. You're leading by 1 now. Big win for the Fitzpatricks, dude. That was emotional. When he hit that putt, they're both like in
that
tears.
Bunker shot was gross.
Because it was part of the long par 5 on 18 of the Zurich. Matt hit just a absolute rope of a drive. Lee walked up, hit it, didn't take any time at all. Alex hit a great shot inside bunker, a lot of green to work with. They were fine with it. And Matt's, who has had a bit on an absolute tear these last few weeks, hit a bunker shot, spun it to like a foot. Then Alex, and then it's so sick. He's been an amateur for years, kind of in the spotlight, especially if you watch Full Swing. And now he has 2-year exempt. He's in the PGA Championship this year, which is so cool. And now he's in next year's Players and all these signature events. So that's a life-changing tournament win there. And the fact they shot a 57 on Saturday is fucking nuts.
Yeah. How about fucking 2 of my teams getting cut, considering...
Dude, fucking, what the fuck? Was it the Canadians?
Penrith and Mackenzie Hughes is fine, but Koepka and Lowry, that fucking sucks.
I thought that was for sure. I baited you into it. I told you to take him.
You did. That's a piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly. All right, the Cadillac Championship this week.
Here we go.
Yeah, a lot of big names in it. It's
going to get a little scary.
Yeah, I just don't know who to pick. I got to fucking here. Let me pull up. I don't even have the fucking sheets on here because I'm scared to touch my laptop with the fucking... Okay, the Cadillac. I've already taken Matt Fitzpatrick. Okay, it's getting tough here.
Yeah, this is where it gets tough, dude. It gets tough here.
Does it?
Where you've taken a lot of guys.
Fuck, I've taken, oh my God.
Tell me a person you want, and I'll let you know.
I want everyone. Have I taken Pendrith? Yeah, I have. Fuck. Taken Tom. I've taken most of these guys. I've taken like all these guys. Have I taken Max Griersman?
Max Griersman? I do not believe you have.
Yeah, give me the sleeper. Give me Max Griersman. Great pick by me.
Did you take all of them?
I taken all of them. Besides, like, some of the big dogs.
I'm going to take Cootie. P.I. Cootie.
Pearson Cootie. Give me the South African. Give me Aldrich Pot Jeter.
I'm not even going to pretend how to spell his name.
Just do Aldrich Pot. Yeah. Well, there you go.
Is that how you spell it?
P-O-T. No, but that's okay. The letters are all right, but it's just...
Okay, all right. That's all.
The letters are... Yeah.
All right. I'm going to take... Can you tell me if I've taken a guy?
Yeah. I think I have. I don't think you have...
Maybe I want to save Hideki, though.
You're good if you wanted him.
Have I taken Bud Cauley?
I'm not... I can look, but I'd be shocked if you've taken Bud Cauley. Yeah, I don't see a Bud Cauley.
All right. Bud. You know what? I'll take Alex Noren. Have I taken Alex Noren?
I don't think so. Alex Lauren?
Noren. That's the one.
All right, give me Bud Cauley. What a name, bud.
I don't think I've taken Jordan Spieth.
Jordan Spieth? I don't think so.
We'll take Jordan Spieth.
All right.
There we go. For the Cadillac Championship, 5th signature event of the year, Ryan has got Max Graysman, fucking South African potty gay, Bud Colley. I've got Pearson Coody, Alex Noren, and Jordan Spieth.
There you go. Let's get to our lock of the weeks. I lost last week, so give me Kucherov point and Lane Hudson point Wednesday night hockey. Tampa.
I got Hagel a point and Caulfield 2 shots.
All right. And now for Wednesday night hockey, bet the farm. Give me Vegas and Canadians money line, and give me Gunther anytime, Stone anytime, Suzuki anytime, and Darren Radish anytime.
I respect that. I literally just picked every single game that is coming like Monday through Wednesday. Awesome. So I took the Flyers, I took the Golden Knights, I took the Sabres, took the Stars, and I took the Oilers, and then I took the Lightning.
There you go. Well, that's it, everyone. Nice little long podcast today. Jackson got to go back to bed. This is a fun one. Next episode, we're going to have to figure out when we're going to record, because I have my marathon on Sunday. I don't think I'll want to record Sunday night.
No, we can do Monday.
Monday. Will you be afternoons or mornings then?
My afternoons.
Okay, so do Monday. If you see me at the marathon, so I'd send you the pictures of the signs my girlfriend and sister, my mom made. There's going to be a lot of Buds and Pucks logos out there supporting the brand. If you see it, go subscribe, be a good person. But yeah, it's a good episode here. Go comment, like, subscribe on YouTube and Spotify, as well as follow us on socials at Buds and Pucks on IG, X, TikTok. Yeah, Jackson, we'll see you next week.
Here we go.
Tavares coming out, sends it in a goal. They score! They score! Holy mackerel, they score! Morgan Riley! Mo Riley! The Leafs have won it! They're going to the second round!
Gonna run for it, he got it! And there he goes! Inside the 10, the 5! Oh, the play of the year in the